Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Getting ready to explore some reggae, dive deep into this list of reggae artists' birthdays. Like, who knew you could have so much fun with birthdays, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? This list is, wow, it's really a testament to how reggae has thrived, across generations. So many artists, so many styles, all connected to this incredible genre.
Right. Just looking at November, it's jam-packed. I mean, Movado, Sanchez, both born on the same day, November 30th.
Wow, can you imagine that party?
Seriously. Movado, bringing that dance hall energy, and Sanchez, that smooth lovers rock vibe.
It's incredible how reggae can encompass such different energies, the high energy pulse of dancehall and then the soulful melodies of lovers rock, both coming from that same reggae root but exploring totally different emotions.
Yes, like two sides of the same coin. And speaking of reggae royalty, we can't forget Marcia Griffiths, the queen herself, born November 23rd.
A true icon.
Absolutely. You know what's interesting, though? I'm looking at this list, and Cornell Campbell, known for his smooth vocals, he was born on November 23rd, too, but back in 1945.
Oh, wow.
And then just a few years later, you've got Everton Blender, born in 1954, another artist known for that soulful style.
Huh. I never made that connection before.
Makes you wonder, right? Like, could there be some hidden influences there just based on when they were born and what was happening musically at the time?
It's like piecing together a musical family tree. You start to see those potential lines of influence. Maybe a young Everton Blender was listening to Cornell Campbell's music. It's fascinating to think about.
Right. I'm definitely going to be checking out their discographies now, see if I can hear those connections. This is what I love about these deep dives. There's always something new to uncover.
Absolutely. And sometimes those discoveries lead us to some unexpected places, like take Ika Mouse, for example. Born on November 19th, he was a pioneer of that Sing-J style.
Sing-J, yeah. I've heard the term, but what exactly does that mean?
So Sing-J is this really cool fusion of singing and toasting. Toasting is like, Jamaican rapping, essentially, rhythmic chanting over a beat. And Ika Mouse, he just blended those two elements so masterfully.
So he was like a bridge between different styles.
Exactly. He bridged that gap between the roots reggae of the 70s and then the rise of dancehall in the 80s. He had this infectious energy, this really unique style that really impacted the sound of reggae.
Wow, he wasn't just making music, he was shaping the whole genre.
That's pretty incredible.
He really was. And his influence, you can still hear it today. The way artists blend singing and rapping, you can trace that back to pioneers like Ika Mouse.
And speaking of artists pushing boundaries, we've got Tommy Lee Sparta on the list here, born November 4th, known for, well, let's just say his lyrics can be a bit controversial.
Yeah, he definitely pushes buttons, but I think it's important to remember that reggae, even though it's rooted in peace and love, it's also always been about, social commentary, challenging the status quo. Tommy Lee Sparta, he represents that raw, kind of confrontational side of the genre, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you think about all the different sides of reggae. And then you've got Diana King, born November 8th, who brought reggae to the pop charts with Shy Guy back in the 90s.
Shy Guy, that was huge. It wasn't just a hit, it was like a cultural moment. Really brought reggae fusion into the mainstream.
It really did. Looking through this list, I'm seeing some names I'm not familiar with, like Chase Cross.
That's what I love about this list. It's got the legends, but it also shines a light on some of the lesser-known artists. I'll admit, Chase Cross, not a name I was super familiar with. He's a dancehall artist, born November 2nd. So a bit younger, represents that newer generation coming up.
It's incredible how reggae just keeps evolving across generations.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm also seeing Suverto here and Naya Sheen. Have you heard of them?
I have, yeah. They're both doing really interesting things within the genre. And that's what's so exciting, There's always something new to discover, always new voices adding to the reggae story.
Right. And speaking of voices, I noticed Jimmy London on here, born November 30th. Is that the Jimmy London from The Inspirations?
You got it. That's the one. The Inspirations, they were huge in the rocksteady era. Before reggae fully took shape, That period of transition from ska to rocksteady, so important for the development of the genre.
Wow. It's like he's a direct link to the roots of reggae. Incredible. This list, it's like a history lesson. And speaking of history, this recent additions section with artists like Chronix, Wayne Wonder, and Shaggy, it just shows that reggae isn't stuck in the past, It's still evolving.
Exactly. I mean, Chronix with his modern roots sound, Wayne Wonder blending reggae with R&B, and Shaggy, that dancehall energy is undeniable. They're all pushing boundaries while staying true to what makes reggae, well, reggae.
It's like that saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But in a good way, you know. Reggae keeps finding new ways to reinvent itself, but that heartbeat rhythm, those conscious lyrics, they're always there. It's like reggae's story, it's not just about the music, right? It reflects what's happening in Jamaica, the social and political landscape, and gives a voice to those experiences.
Exactly. It's music that makes you think, makes you feel connected to something bigger.
And it's full of these, like, unexpected connections, you know? I mean, who would have thought that Max Romeo, with his soulful vibes and conscious lyrics, shares a birthday with Mr. Easy, the dancehall legend, November 22nd.
Oh, that's right. Can you imagine those two in the studio together? Max Romeo's melodies, those lyrics, and then Mr. Easy comes in with that smooth dancehall flow.
Right, the possibilities.
Yeah.
And hold on, it gets better. Aston Family Man Barrett, the legendary bassist for Bob Marley and the Wailers. Guess when he was born?
Don't tell me November 22nd.
November 22nd. That's one birthday party I wouldn't want to miss.
Talk about a concentration of musical talent. It just shows you how much creativity was flowing in Jamaica during that era.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And speaking of powerful voices, we can't forget Patra, another icon born on November 22nd. Her voice, her style, she really broke down barriers for women in dancehall.
Absolutely. Patra brought this fresh, unapologetically female energy to the genre. She was a huge influence.
She was. It's been amazing exploring this list, you know, discovering all these connections, all these stories. It really hits home that each name, each birthday, it's not just about one artist. It represents a whole lineage of musical influence, this incredible tapestry of sound.
It's like we've been on this journey, using this list as our guide, and it's shown us the heart of reggae, the history, the evolution, all those incredible artists who've shaped the music.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, if you want to keep exploring, you know, see who you share a birthday with, head over to Slapway, that's Slapweh. They've got the full reggae birthday calendar over there.
You never know, your next musical obsession might be just a birthday away.